Yo, what's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro Duel video. Zombies are getting a new Link monster, kinda unexpected. The card is called Vampire Sucker. Must be nice. Yeah, it's somewhat easy to get on the field. It only needs 2 zombie-type monsters. Well, easy quote-unquote, right? Since again, you need some dedication to get it on the field. Its effect, on the other hand, is kinda decent. On the first sight, I thought I was like, nah, this isn't really that good. But then, after, you know, just making the decklist again, zombies, checking out the art tab again, Vendreads also, eventually through playtesting, I was like, well, this card is actually kinda good. Vampire Sucker, that is. 3 separate effects. First effect is that at any point during your own turn, if your opponent is like any zombie monsters, you can tribute their monsters for a tribute summon. Well, for a zombie archetype for zombies, this isn't really too relevant, unless maybe like Vendreads get new support, maybe like a level 5 or level 6, maybe level 7, level 8, that you can tribute your opponent's zombie-type monsters. That could be gimmicky with something like Zombie World, but I wouldn't go that far unless you know Zombie World is actually a good, somewhat of an anti-meta card in the format. Its second effect states that it's of course once per turn. It's like a card of safe return. Once per turn again, when a zombie type monster is special summoned from the graveyard, either on your opponent's side of the field or on your side of the field, you can draw 1 card. But again, that's only once per turn. And its last effect is also kinda okay. Well, again, when your Vampire Sucker is on the field, you can target any of your opponent's monster in their graveyard and then special summon it to your opponent's side of the field. And, of course, that monster will turn itself into a zombie type. So you see the, the things go together, right? This decklist, first of all, isn't set. I just took the decklist I had from Vendreads, made some couple of changes, link format, etc. I'm happy with the list, right? But again, it needs to work, definitely needs to work. The extra deck, something like Scrap Dragon main deck, the Vendread level 5 Chimera might be needed in the main deck to prevent destruction. I wouldn't go that far to main deck the field spells. That might be an option, you know, with Zombie World, the Vendread field spell as well. Instant Fusion also an option. Allure of Darkness, personally, I'm not a huge fan of it, but you can definitely main deck that one. Okay, let's see a couple of example duels. Alright, first example, again showcasing the possibilities of this new cards. Of course, starting off with Solitaire. Again, the decklist, the main deck, has been changing throughout the testing process. Pre-preparation of rights also makes things much more easy. And the fact that, you know, your Vendread level 6 ritual monster gets the Foolish Burial effect that as soon after you know it's ritual summoned, you can eventually link up your Vampire Sucker, special summon the level 2 Vendread you just sent from your deck to the graveyard and keep upgrading your links, and eventually go for, you know, your Summon Saucer. And Summon Saucers can pretty much summon every zombie type monster from your deck if you know something is linked to her, like Unizombie you already used up earlier. So again, potentially searching out like Mizuki, giving you the option to, well, depending on your first turn summon and, you know, your combos you did, you can potentially make Bagushka after that, maybe make Omega, that's also an option. A level 8 Synchro, definitely, yeah, depends, you know, depends what you eventually did. That's a good start on his part as well. Eventually use a couple of Mizukis, and I think I had to go for yeah, the Ravendread, eventually the Ritual Summon, etc, etc. You know, try to banish the Dante and try to force out the back row. Maybe it's something like Strike or Warning or whatever. In this case it was a Fog Blade indeed, and that's perfect, as again, Vanity's Fiend now has a clear path to, you know, wreck and pretty much seal the deal, right? Anyway, go for Borilo Dragon, again, very nice setup. I can't win this one, due to the fact that, you know, Unizombie used its Foolish Burial effect, but I was like, okay, how can I lose this one, right? Rageki. Always. So again, yeah, the level 6 Ritual Monster, Zombie Monster, Vendread, indeed, does protect itself thanks to the banish of the Ritual spell, and Omega still on the field, although the Beatrice can definitely be a problem. Although I miscalculate myself here completely, forgetting Beatrice's effect, you know, special summoning something from your extra deck. Not really sure how I would have been able to bypass her effect outside maybe Crystal Wing, you know, going for the level 6 Synchro and then go for Crystal Wing. That might have been an option, not really sure if I would have been able to. I think so, you know, with Mizuki, etc. But again, it's too late. Make the level 8 and return Omega to my side of the field. Again, I'm very low on life points, but I needed, yeah, eventually still have my Ghost Ash, Ash Blossom, apologies, in my hand. So I think I have to, since otherwise he probably would have just sent Farfa from his deck to the graveyard. There's still a slight chance here if I hit one of the Phantom Knights with Omega, but I don't. So he eventually can go for Break Sword indeed and end the duel. So a couple of misplays on my part, but definitely one of the better duels I've had with this deck and past couple of months included. Another example, Pendulum Magicians, the opponent gets a start. That's a very good start eventually. No hand traps, bit of the downside of this deck, only running 4 hand traps. And again, main decks, yeah, as you saw, the eventual, at least, yeah, the last, the finalized list here, well, it's not really finalized, but you know what I mean, it's like 44 cards. That's a lot. An explanation for that is, you know, you don't really want to draw those Vendread cards. Then again, you're adding extra cards to your main deck, so the chances of you drawing your power cards, like, you know, Preparation of Rites, Preparation of Rites, is also smaller. So I definitely want to cut this deck down to 40, but it's so hard. Maybe to like 42, since the cards like Vanity's Fiend are just some nice tech you can combine, you know, with your Vampire Sucker. Here I'm kind of wasting a Mizuki, but already had at least my mind was already in a state of, well, this doesn't really matter, I'm definitely going to lose this one. No strike to negate the Pendulum Summon, then again, he does have the Black Fang to, again, yeah, save himself from possible Solemn Strike. So, oh man, Pendulum Magicians full force with the ElectricMudkip, I believe that's the name of the Link 3, it should be Link 3, right? You know which one I mean, the Metaphor Link monster. Oh man, that deck is so busted. I think he still has his normal summon, yeah indeed, he still has his normal summon for Joker, and even though I had like 5 monsters, this is still going to be like an OTK, so that says enough, right? Anyway, another example, again, showcasing the possibilities. Open up with Preparation of Rites, so very nice here. Gozuki, setting up Mizuki, eventually go for Vendread again, and go for the Link Summon. Again, you know, eventually use Vendread's effect, Foolish Burial, to send the level 2 Vendread, etc. Keep upgrading and leave my Vendread Ritual Monster on my side of the field too. You know, that's an option to make that level 8 Synchro play. Going for the Bagushka also was an option, but then you need to have like level 4, or at least if your Unizombie level 4 is still on the field, potentially go for Bagushka. That's an option, depends if you have like hand traps or not, what you're playing against, right? Something like Pendulum's Bagushka, yeah, definitely MVP, right? Anyway, Omega on the field, that's all good. Making the Synchro Summon from my graveyard just to have like an extra zombie monster, since again I'm definitely going for the Link Summon, Vampire Sucker, use Gozuki's effect, banish itself, you know, keep upgrading the stuff here. And that's the cool part of these Vendreads, at least the Vendread Ritual Monster. You can just, you know, Ritual Summon it from the graveyard, so again, resource management, and use your effect, that, yeah, of, you know, those Shiranui cards, right? Keep upgrading for Borilo Dragon, and here I was playing a little bit too quickly. Definitely should have used my Suckers effects. That sounds so horrible, but you know what I mean. Like special summon something from my opponent's graveyard and then tribute summon like his, was it Sage? I believe it was Sage. Just tribute summon his Sage to, you know, get Vanity's Fiend on my side of the field. Doesn't really matter too much in the long run, right? But again, seems like something like with Burning Abyss, right? Like, main decking multiple Vanity's Fiend, just a meta call, it will always be a very solid card, right? And with this new Link monster letting you tribute summon your opponent's zombie type monsters, doesn't really matter for something like Vanity's Fiend or whatever, right? That's something to think about. It's not super consistent, but again, it's something to think about, to test around, play test around. Anyway, Double Omega, just too crucial, just too nutty, still available. Multiple Omega in Link format, that shouldn't be possible. Anyway, I'm eventually going for game, right? Only one Link Kuriboh, it's definitely not going to help. And also, yeah, the fact that you can potentially protect your summon sorceress, you know, with something like Bakushka, just gives you more options next turn. You still have your sorceress on the field, and you know, any zombie type monsters, any zombie type monster linked to it gives you another special summon from the deck, possibly Mizuki. Yeah, preferably Mizuki, since the effect is negated, right? Last example, Pendulum Magicians again. I get to start. Again, a good start. Just go for Omega. Another play was to go for Bagushka, but again, I had Warning. I had Maxi. So I think going for Omega was the better play. Anyway, I think I sniped the level 6 Magician. Peasant Magician? Is it Peasant Magician? No, I believe that's the old OCG name. Well, you know which magician I mean, right? Eventually go for Scapegoat. Again, eventually we see that he does have a Wavering Eyes set. Luckily, it's not a trap card. The Chrono trap card, you know which card I mean. So go for Borderlord Dragon again to potentially lure out maybe the trap card. Probably would like keep it and maybe go for the battle phase, or eventually, you know, when I go into the battle phase to destroy the Omega as well. But here I should. No, I can't go for a game. At least I think I can't go for a game even with the Burial. So go for Vampire Sucker again. Special summon something from the graveyard. Get a draw. Again, very nice. Not a strong beat stick. So just leave Unizombie on the field. Not use its effect just yet. Attack with everything and drop him really low. Like 1700 indeed, and then start using Unizombie, go for Omega, and most importantly, end with Bakushka and Strike, right? Bakushka Strike, just too strong against Pendulum Magicians, and eventually he's going to scoop it up. So all in all, the decklist here definitely not super finalized. Feel free to leave suggestions like always, but again, my goal with these kind of videos is, you know, just showcase the possibilities, some ideas I have, and again, it's up to you, you know, like if you want to playtest, maybe use the decklist and make your own changes if you want. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. YgoPro signing out. Peace.